Let's make some vegan tacos. This is my favorite brand of non-dairy cheese. I really like it. It's also gluten-free, soy-free, it's vegan, and it's the cheapest one, like at the local grocery store. So it's my favorite. It tastes the best in my opinion. Oh, and I'm also going to add, when I like cook them, just like this store brand taco sauce, just a tiny bit to the outside to give it a little more color and flavor. Also, I already washed my hands, and it's my own food for myself, so it's not like it's really that big of a deal, but I did wash my hands. These beans kind of look, but whatever. I get a spoon. Just adding a little bit of beans, and already strained my corn, so I'm just gonna add a little bit, not too much because I want them to overflow. And should I add the cheese now? I don't know, because I want it to melt. I also have lettuce that I'm going to add afterwards. I think I'm going to wait on the cheese and I'll add the cheese after. And I'll just do this. I myself am not vegan. I do eat a mostly plant-based diet, but that's partially because I'm poor. So I eat whatever I can kind of get my hands on, which fresh fruits and vegetables is actually hard to get, but like canned vegetables or frozen vegetables can be a little cheaper sometimes. And I do have a garden, so during the summer there's like certain things I can eat. Although my broccoli went bad before I can eat it, and I was kind of pissed about that, but it's fine. It's my fault. I waited because I wanted to make something. I wanted to share broccoli cheddar soup with a friend, my vegetarian friend who never came over, and then my broccoli went bad, so it's whatever. It's my fault, because like I know she's flaky. She's gonna see this and be like, wow bitch. Also, a lot of meat in general makes me sick. I don't want to make too much, but also I don't know how filling it's gonna be. I haven't eaten today. Did I? I might have had a slice of pizza earlier actually. I can't remember if that was like early morning, like last night ish. I don't know. I'll do 3. I'm gonna be having strawberries on the side because strawberries were on sale. They were like 2 for $5, and they're usually like $4 or $5 alone. So you bet I got strawberries. And yesterday I ate a whole pint for breakfast, and it was so good. Right now I'm just heating up a little bit of taco sauce and oil, and I'm just putting these in. Like I said, the taco sauce kind of gives it like some color. So I'm gonna let those cook for a minute, and then I'm going to flip them, and I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like. I love corn so much. Like, it's one of my favorite vegetables. It's just so good. I know I've heard something about you can't digest it, or you just can't digest like the outer layer of the kernel, and I don't give a fuck. So here's a plate. I also put the last of my corn chips on it. Some of them got crispy, some of them didn't. But I'm just going to open them up and add a little bit of cheese and let that get melted. This top one would not open up so I could put cheese in it, so the cheese is on top. It already doesn't melt the best. I do like it because it does melt well, but it doesn't melt the best. And then I just put some salsa and sour cream together. I didn't have any non-dairy sour cream, so they're actually vegetarian, not vegan, sorry. And then I have this cup with cucumbers and strawberries because I wanted some. It's not often I get like fresh fruits and vegetables. And then I realized, I knew that I'd gotten like a mix. They didn't have exactly what I wanted. So I'm about to make a salad to go with it instead of just putting stuff on top. But this is like a salad mix. It's got cabbage, lettuce, onions, and carrots. And then it also comes with like sauce and whatever. So I'm just gonna make a little salad, and this is gonna be my dinner. This is what we're having, we as in me. I like the On the Border brand of salsa, which is, it's like a lot thinner in consistency. Like, that's the type of texture I like when it comes to salsa. There's still some chunks in it, but I like super fine, like restaurant style salsa. And then my fruit and vegetables. Yeah, I'm just gonna have some Pepsi with it. I do have a little bit of whiskey left that I did want to have tonight. I wanted to like finish it, but I have to drive later today, and not that like, even if I were to have a little bit of it now, it's not going to be for like another 4 to 6 hours, and there's only like maybe 1 or 2 shots left, but I still don't want to risk it. I would rather just sip on it when I get home instead of like risking drinking and driving. Like that's not cute. We don't do that around here. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna try this together. Had to put my hair up because I'm about to dig in. I put the cucumbers in the salad, but like a salad's a salad. Like it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's good. Now for a strawberry. I love strawberries. They're definitely my favorite fruit. Wow, this one's really good. These strawberries I got, some of them were tart, but I like to, I always look at my fruit, because if they're kind of like, I don't care if they're like misshapen or whatever, but I try to make sure that they're not like too far gone or there's not any mold or anything in it, because that's just fucking gross. But these are like perfect. Some of them are a little tart, but they're still really sweet. Just corn chips. Even though they're just store brand, so good. And then time for my tacos, which, like I said, it's like, for this first one, all the cheese is on top, so it's like, it didn't really melt. Let me actually get this bottom one. So this one, there's no cheese pulled. It's vegan cheese. It's very hard to melt, but I still like it. I think this brand melts better than others, but I'm like trying to get some sauce in here. Yeah, it's good. It's like, it's fucking delicious. I didn't add any extra seasoning just because I wasn't sure how I would like this, because I usually don't, like I said, I usually make my own refried beans, but these were really good, and it was really cheap. I only had an 8-pack of the tortillas, but like, if you're a single person, or even if there's 2 of you, like, this is all gonna be for me. It's all gonna be for me. And I might low-key make more tacos later, because like I said, I haven't really eaten today. And I actually, for a long time, I actually struggled with an eating disorder. I know I'm fat, so you're gonna think it's binge eating. No, actually, I was super anorexic for years. Throughout school, to the point where people had taken notice, and eventually someone had told my family, and so my mom kind of like would force me to eat. And then the reason like I gained weight is just because of a mix of like medical conditions and not being as active because I was busy. Not my cats fighting in the background. But something that I used to really struggle with when it came with my ED was, even when I wasn't overweight, because before I started struggling, I was not really overweight. At one point I was, but it wasn't just being overweight. Like, I also played sports. I was super active outside, climbing trees, helping my parents with like chopping firewood, stuff like that. So I had mad muscles. Like, I found a picture of me when I was 9 years old. Why was I like fucking like jacked? Like, I was super strong and tan as fuck, by the way. But yeah, no, I just stopped eating a lot for a really long time, and it got to the point where over the years people had noticed and asked me if I was okay. And so I'm trying to rebuild my relationship with food and just know that like I can eat things I like, and I can eat as much as I need to be full. But I also kind of struggle with the whole mentality of like, you have to finish what's on your plate, because the idea of eating spoiled food, because I have eaten spoiled food before and gotten really sick because it's all I had. I didn't know it was spoiled. I just was like, oh, this is what I have to eat it. And it was not any good, and I've gotten sick before. But like growing up with the mentality of like, you have to finish everything on your plate. So because I'm so used to cooking for more than one person, Especially having a big family and having to cook for like 5 people, when I make big portions, sometimes it's hard for me mentally to like put something in the freezer or put something in the fridge because I want to finish it. In my head, I'm like, I have to eat all of this. Like, I can't let it go bad. I can't waste food. So one of the things that I'm like working on for myself and mentally is knowing that it's okay. Like, it's okay to, you know, if I'm full, save it for later. Like, eat it for lunch the next day, or if I'm having it for lunch, have it for dinner. Or if I make extra, putting it in the freezer so I have an easy like frozen meal. That's something that I've been working on, and I feel like I've done a really good job for myself of positively working with myself. Like, I don't even have a therapist or anything. I just like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I know I need to eat more. I know at the end of the day, like, I'm hurting myself by not eating enough. So mentally, it's like a struggle, but I'm doing a lot better than I was, which is why I've never really like talked about this too much. But I feel like now that I'm like very, I don't want to say fully recovered, because there are days where I still really struggle. And even today I was just thinking to myself like, wow, my stomach's growling, but like, do I even deserve to eat? And I immediately had to be like, no, like, that is not a good mentality. Like, because in my head I'm like, I need to save my food. I don't have a lot of money. I need to save it until I'm really hungry. Bitch, you're hungry now. Like, eat. You're hungry. So like, I still struggle. I wouldn't say I'm recovered. Recovery isn't like a straight linear line, but I'm definitely doing a lot better. And this, for some people, might be a lot, but it's also mostly fruits and vegetables. And this will keep me full for a while. So, I mean, I don't think it's a bad meal. I think this meal is actually pretty fucking healthy and pretty balanced. So, yeah, rant over. Cheers.